Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog of mine. So I just saw HomeFront with Jason Statham, and I also saw the movie Oldboy today. Now, that had Josh Brolin in it and Samuel Jackson. First up, HomeFront. If you've seen a Jason Statham movie, then you'll know that it'll be really cool. Um, so it starts off with Jason Statham being an undercover cop who is busting this biker gang, and he gets found out just as they're or about to come and arrest them, and then the father and son of the gang, who pretty much run the gang, drive off, and Jason Statham goes in after him and stops them, and uh, he handcuffs his father, but the son ends up getting shot and killed. So at this point, Jason Statham leaves to go and live a normal life. Now, I kind of spoiled some things, but not enough to ruin the whole movie. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, I would stop, because from now on it's going to be a kind of a spoilish video. So, I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. So, him and his daughter are trying to get away with, or not get away with, stay away from it and be in Witsec, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, and so they live a happy life, and then this kid is bullying his daughter, and uh, he pushes her, he steals her hat, and she asks politely, "Please give me my hat back," twice. He doesn't, so she pretty much defends herself, and uh, pretty much gives the kid a bloody nose. Uh, the parents don't that the kid had a bloody nose don't like that, so the mother goes to her brother, who's played by James Franco, and she wants him to deal with him. So he tries, but nothing works, and then so he goes and sneaks in and finds out who he was, and so the father of the gang, uh, biker gang, he uh, finds out, and he sends his men to deal with them. So trouble pursues, and in the end, they end up all being dead, and James Franco is uh, pretty much in the end gets beaten the crap out of, because he steals her daughter near the end of the movie. So, what do I think of the movie overall? I think it's a great movie. I think it was written and directed very well. I think the acting was very well done. Uh, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I think the action parts were pretty cool. I think the way they had certain scenes put into the movie were done very well. So overall, I think it was a very good movie. So I suggest you go see that movie, because it's very well done. Now on to Oldboy. Now this is kind of a warning. This movie will mess your mind up after you see the whole movie. So, warning now. If you don't want your mind messed with, and I don't mean in a good way, I mean in a bad way, don't see this movie. I'm just telling you right now, because right now I'm trying to forget the ending of the movie because it's just messing with my mind right now. Okay, so uh, Josh Brolin, he is a pretty much a bad father, a drunken douchebag of a father, and after a failed attempt to get someone's account for like an ad, he goes on a drunken bender and ends up on the corner all barfing and everything. And then he goes to his buddy Chucky, and he won't let him in because he's drunk out of his mind. So then, he just as he leaves, he sees a lady with a yellow umbrella, which have red marks, and it's kind of like the four lines and then the cross. Yeah, and it's like it's done four times on the yellow uh, umbrella, and it's in red, and she's an Asian lady. And then you find he wakes up in a room that looks like a hotel room, and he thinks, okay, and he hears what's it called the shower going, and he thinks, okay, uh, she's just having a shower or whatever. So he goes to the washroom, and he opens up the curtain, and no one's there. So he turns off the water, he goes and puts on his underwear, because at this point he's naked for some weird reason. Anyways, well, he puts on some underwear that he doesn't know who they are, but he doesn't want to be naked, of course. So he tries to get out, but he can't. And he notices the door, that there's something wrong with the door. And then he notices that it's like paper or something like that. So he starts like peeling it away, and he notices that it's metal. So he tries to like bang on the door, and then there's like an intercom with the button. So he presses it and starts screaming, "Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!" And then food comes a couple minutes later, and he sticks his head out in his arm, and he's like, why am I in here? Let me out of here!" Stuff like that. And as it, like in Castaway, kind of goes a little bit crazy. And at first he goes in a drunken bender every single day, and then he gets his mind messed with his daughter once while showing up on the TV screen, or what he thinks is his daughter on the television screen. And over the years he sees like his daughter growing, or what he thinks is his daughter growing up. And then finally one day he almost escapes, and then this gas. Uh, oh, sorry, I went a bit past the part. He During the time he was there, they get he saw this girl exercising, and he kind of turned him on. So he was masturbating, and then some gas came out, and it knocked. The gas was like a knockout gas. Anyways, so he gets knocked out, and some guys come in, and they take some sample of his, and his hair, and when he to you and they use some fingerprints and stuff, and then they watch, and then to frame him for what will be the future murder of his wife, who gets raped and murdered. And you'll understand why I'm hesitating every once in a while, because the ending is, oh my god. And I don't mean oh my god good, and I don't mean oh my god bad. It's just so twisted and demented. And they finally let him go after him trying to finally escape. And before he escapes, he writes letters and letters and letters for his daughter that he wants to her to have once he leaves. And anyways, so he's about to escape, and then the gas comes, and he ends up waking in an old suitcase type thing with his letters, and he ends up going to his buddy Chucky, and every once in a while get this phone call, and you know what, I'm just gonna skip to the end because it's just too messed up to go through the whole thing. In the end, the person that was taking care of him after getting wounded and everything was actually his daughter, and he fell in love with her and had sex with her, and he didn't know this until the end. And oh my god, it was just ridiculous. All I have to say is, if you don't mind getting your mind fucked, then see the movie. But if you don't want it to, then don't. So, whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I'm going to try to forget the ending of this movie because it's totally fucking with my mind.